Hi everybody, welcome to another Native Wildman channel. Your host, Sean Wilson speaking. Happy New Year's everyone. This video is a little late for the actual New Year's Day or Eve or whatever. But Happy New Year's anyways. Today I went fishing, caught one crappie, didn't record it because as you can see, real shallow here and it's starting to get a little chilly. So I'm gonna take you on a hike through the woods. Actually, this is a bike trail. And it runs past the Kansas River. I'll show you almost here in a second. 1,000, 1,000. Oh, my second's up. I'm sorry, I lied. It wasn't a second. It's more than a second. It's probably like 15, 10. The mighty Kansas, or the Kaw River. It's one of the few rivers in Kansas that's a navigable river, meaning that you can travel all up and down this whole river without having to worry about private, well, you can get on the banks, but you don't want to go too far on somebody's property, but people can't say you can't go on the river near their property. Unlike the Big Blue River, which is a quarter mile to the east. And that's where we're heading. Right here's a cottonwood tree. And these little, let's see, I don't know if you can see it, but these little holes in it were probably caused by a wood boring beetle. There are several types. Kansas has some indigenous ones, but as with the rest of the country, there's a lot of invasive boring beetles, meaning they bore in the wood, they kill trees. The indigenous ones aren't as bad. And what happens is the tree eats through its bark and it eats the beetle. That would be kind of interesting to see, but trees are not a carnivorous plant. I don't know if there are any carnivorous trees, but oh well, anyways, what happens, the beetle lands on it, climbs it, bores in, and I think it stays in the cambium, or forgive me, I can't remember the layer right underneath the bark off the top of my head. I think it starts with a C. But anyways, I think they stay in that layer and they eat the wood. And as far as pine trees, I don't see any right here, but there's a real bad beetle for pine trees. It's called the pine sawyer beetle. And it will cause pine blight disease. And what that does is it basically cuts the blood flow, the sap, the blood flow of the tree, and it cuts it off with the pine sorrel beetles and the pine trees. That when they bore in, they have a hitchhiker on them. It's not the beetle itself that kills, as far as the pine sorrel beetle, it's not the beetle itself that kills a tree. It's a little microscopic worm called a nematode. They kill the tree. Kinda, I guess, like a massive, like a slow blood clot that the nematodes make this little microscopic fungus, or this fungus that they feed off of, and it will turn the wood of the pine trees blue. So if you ever got pine trees and they've got a lot of dead needles on them, more than normal, and you go to break off one of the limbs and it's real brittle and it looks like it has kind of a dark grayish blue stain in the wood, that's the fungus from the nematodes. It's kind of interesting, I guess. They do have ways that they can inject trees too. You can save a tree. Because I'm just talking about stuff since I'm walking through the woods. But I'm pretty sure that the tree injections probably, I guess they don't take very long to do, but they're expensive. And I couldn't tell you what trees it would work on and what not. They've got, because there's so many boring beetles, like I said. They're just boring, you know. Insects. Just boring, boring, boring. But, yeah, there's many different types of those beetles. And a lot of them will target specific trees. We've got the emerald ash borer, of course, the ash tree. Oh, all right. I do believe I'm getting off the beaten path. Let's not fall down this hill. Whoa. Hey. This doesn't seem like the best route to have picked. Not the best route to pick trying to videotape something and walk through the woods with a rod. Get out of my eyeball. Damn it. Okay. Oh, hey. Clunk, clunk, what do we have here? You too can be a archaeologist. Okay, we have a bottle, and it's made out of glass. I guess we got off the topic of the boring beetles. That's okay. There's a lot to know about it. Do your own research if you want to learn. If you're interested in learning more. This is a interesting looking bottle. Wow, that's kind of a pretty colored glass. I wonder what this one too. Cool. Cool beans, probably. It's just junk in the side of the bank, but never know what you can find. Some bottles, I doubt any of the ones I have are of any value. Iced. All right. Ew. Right. Alright, I'm not going to get that one out. But I do got to get up this hill. There we go. Oh, you freaking. In my face, in my face. Okay. Grab my treasure. Ha ha ha. My treasure hunt. Not that it's really treasure, but dear person that smokes Camel cigarettes, you're a camel. Don't litter. Not that hard to take your filtered cigarettes package and pick it up. It's quite simple to not litter, I promise. Put it in your pocket, take it home or to the gas station and throw it in the trash can, people. Now I'm on the boring trail again. But you know what? I hike in the woods. Good for the soul. Good for the soul. And my treasure, the glass bottles. All right. Should I go down this hill next to the river? I could make it, but I don't feel like it. Doesn't look like a good place to try and cast in anyways. At least not with what I have on me currently on my rod anyways. And if you're curious, no, I don't ride my bike here. I don't have a trail bike. I just have a road bike. Beer bottles. No. Good thing I got leather gloves on playing with glass that's broke. But really, it probably got wore down by the river enough that the jagged edges are basically wore off, sanded off. Hi, how are you, sir?
Good, thank you.
All right. Bike trail. Needless to say, everybody, I took the long way. I don't know how much longer it is, but winding through the woods ain't gonna make it any shorter. Ooh, son. Fallen tree. Huh. Miss Eileen used to ride her bike here when she lived in Kansas. Wait, I forgot to tell my stunt people they're not at the location. They were supposed to come out in Yeti uniforms and scare me and go Jaffa Cree. Most likely hackberry, the small tree. Another thing, secondary growth in the woods, like this tree here. This isn't the best one. This tree here, that smaller tree, you can make bows out of. I'm not sure about hackberry if it makes a good bow wood. I think it'll work. Won't be the best. Osage orange, or a lot of people call it hedge or horse apple trees. I've heard those three names. Osage means bow dark in Native American, or Osage is bow dark in Native American, which means bow wood. And mulberry is akin to it. I would not suggest eating the fruit from an Osage tree, though. I do believe it is toxic to humans. But the mulberry, eat all of them burgers you want and at least save me some, because those things are delicious. If you've ever had mulberries picked straight off of a tree. My aunt, when she used to live in California, her and my uncle, well, it's actually my grandpa's son is my uncle, so it's on my grandpa's side of the family. But anyways, she used to have a big mulberry tree in her yard, and I got yelled at for taking everybody up in it, climbing it, and eating the berries because she didn't know that they weren't harmful. And right here we have a triangle. I can go that way, or I can go that way. So we're gonna go this way. A mailbox? When did they put that here? I wonder if it's a geocache. Nope. Okay. An island out in the middle of the Kansas River. Wow, who would have thunk? And this section of the river is called the Blue Kansas. I made it up. It's the junction of the Kansas and the Big Blue River. Which might be fishable, but it's still kind of wet out though. I don't want to go too far down. Looks kind of shallow yet still. The Kansas is a pretty shallow river. The Blue, I think the Blue's a deeper river. Well, there are fish out there swimming around. I can see them. You probably can't see them. And they're probably carp. I'm about a 90% sure they're carp because I saw yellow pseudolips come up, which means they're a type of carp. Can I catch one? Maybe. I have before. They're fun. Put up a good fight. If you pressure cook them, I've never pressure cooked them, but I've heard if you pressure cook them, they're really good. But if I keep a smaller one about, I don't know, 12 inches or so. 12, 16 inches, and then I chop them up and use them for fish bait. Good blue cat bait. And I would rather eat a blue cat anyways. Catfish is pretty good eating, in my opinion. I like catfish. Batter it up and fry it up in the skillet. Oh, I better quit talking to myself. It's going good. How are you doing, sir? I'm just recording a video. I'm not talking to myself.
That's okay. I talk to myself in the woods all the time. You just bored.
Oh, well, I do too sometimes, huh?
You catch anything?
I caught one crappie.
Okay.
But yeah, they weren't biting too well. My hole's kind of pretty shallow because they're not releasing water out of Milford Lake.
Okay.
So I decided to walk through the woods and record a video for YouTube.
Good. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, thank you. You all have a good day. Yeah.
You too. Enjoy.
You too. Thank you. Yeah, I see other people making YouTube videos and they're walking like this, and people walk by and think they're talking to themselves. I've had it happen making videos in front of my house. So we're blessed with a fairly nice day today. It's only 30 something degrees out, 34, 35 for January. That's not bad. And then when we find the concrete, we're going to smash these glass bottles. Don't worry, I'm not going to smash the glass bottles on concrete. It does make kind of a cool sound when you smash or break glass, but yeah, doing it in the parking lot, just immature and an immature action. And well, I was young and dumb, as the saying goes. Although I don't know why they say young and dumb. Maybe it's more young and ignorant. But as you get older, you get wiser and understand that certain things may be fun, but don't do them because they can hurt somebody, hurt yourself, or get you in a lot of trouble. Luckily, I haven't done too many stunts like breaking glass in the parking lots and stuff. I was out at Pot 2 one day fishing with my buddy Hefe. We're on the fishing dock, and you've seen it before. It's one of my crappie holes. And some guys came up there with a big four-wheel drive truck and decided to do a donut in the parking lot, spraying both our vehicles with gravel. And they were getting ready to back up and try it again until Hefe went up there, and then they drove off, and then you heard them burn out down the road more. Kind of irritating when people do that. Luckily none of our glass got broke out of our vehicles, like our windshields. Luckily Izzy wasn't hurt, my friend's dog. And luckily my friend didn't have one of his kids with him. They're getting to the adult stage, but still. You go to a public fishing lake, there's going to be people with kids. There's no sense in people playing stunts like that. Oh, let's trip over root. Now the Blue River in my area, it's only navigable from the Blue River Bridge down to the Kansas. And there's a portion of it that you can go on up, like clear up north near Randolph or something, or I don't know, wherever the Blue River comes in. Up north of where I'm at, about 50 miles or so, probably more. I don't get up that way too much. I don't like to drive too far sometimes, a lot of times. And one point in time in history, Kansas mainly was prairie grasses. Whatever type of grass that is, I don't know. Almost looks like wheat to me. I don't think it is. Well, wheat is grasses, or wheat, yeah. Wheat is grass. Bourbon is whiskey. Whiskey is not bourbon. Then maybe I'll get lucky and find an air popper for popcorn out here, or at Bed Bath & Beyond. Probably be a better bet, you think?